We want people to know we're going to need the help for the build back of Jamaica. If you loved reggae music, if you loved Jamaica, if you ever thought about going to Jamaica, I'm saying that you're an honorary Jamaican and we need your help.
A three.
A two. A one.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Read This, Read That. I am Jackie Reed.
I'm Joyanne Reed.
How you doing, cousin?
I'm wonderful. I'm good. How are you?
Good. You know, I'm still in this flow of happiness.
Yeah.
I had some difficulty over the weekend, just with some shit going on.
But shit going on.
Always shit going on. But we powered through. The mood is good. Back to focusing on happiness. I'm actually going to an event this week, which is so unusual for me. But it's nice. I'm pushing myself to go out. Like when invitations are coming in, I'm like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to go. So I'm doing more of that. You'd be proud of me.
I'm very proud. No, yeah, when you went to homecoming, I was like, "Ooh, she's stepping out there,
Accepting
invites." 2 of them. I know that's a lot for you. You getting out the house. You outside.
Big time. So I'm good.
Is that your wind down? Is your wind down you being
No,
outside?
that's not my wind down. No.
Okay.
I do have a good wine. Yeah,
I
think it's good.
Oh, no, you done teased it. Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Well, let's welcome everybody officially and remind everybody.
We forgot about y'all. Hey,
bills, please subscribe, like, comment. We love your comments. So please, be a part of the Cousin Nation. Join us, support our little show that could. But hit the thumbs up, subscribe and like and all those things. We appreciate it. We love reading the comments. Before I do my wind down, I do have to say there's one comment. Listen to this from Creatively Engineered 4993. Oh my God, in all caps, 3 exclamation points. I think I just saw Jackie at Costco. Totally fangirling right now.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. She probably did, right?
It was me because I was at Costco and then my mom and I went to Marshall's nearby and I was in we were coming out of Marshall's and I saw the comment come up. This was just the other Sunday. And I was like, what is this? And I looked and I was laughing so hard because I was just at Costco.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, I wonder who that was that I saw. Because girl, when I'm in Costco, I mean business.
Head down.
I love Costco. I hope they never disappoint us and, go MAGA or do anything. Because
they're very woke.
Girl, my Costco experience, I go down every aisle with my core. I just love going and shopping and looking and taking it all in. I love Costco. So that
used to be one of our kids' little excursion spots. When we were young and struggling in Florida, when I would have the kids and we would do Friday Fun Day. And one of our favorite Friday Fun Days was take the kids to go. You get the $1 hot dog. Sorry. You get the hot dog, chips, and a drink. It's like $3 each. And they would just go up and down the aisles and eating samples. Because, they have samples. Yes. And so the kids would just fill themselves up with samples. And then they would get a churro and a little lunch. It was such an inexpensive fun for our 3 kids and my extra bonus child. We would take them out. Costco was one of their favorite little excursions.
I love that it was.
And I could do my shopping. Yeah, you don't have a bonus kid. Me and my kids and my bonus kid take all out there, Evan. If Evan's out there, hello.
Hey, Evan. I love that. No, I love that. So yes, that was not my wind down, but I had to read that comment because I thought that was so cute. Like, yes, girl, that was me and my mom.
And mama.
Keeping a close eye on her. Okay, so 2 things for my wind down. First up, I definitely want to talk about the shows that we mentioned before because we got so many comments about Poldark and The Diplomat.
Okay.
And someone, I didn't even realize this, made the comment. I'm having a deja vu moment. I hope I didn't say this on the show already. But someone made the comment that the star from Poldark was on The Diplomat.
Oh.
Girl, and I was like, and I had watched the whole the season 3 of The Diplomat, and I was like, who was he? They were like, he was the love interest, sorry, spoiler alert, of Kate in The Diplomat. You know, she had a little affair when her
Right.
husband left to go to DC to be vice president when he stole her job.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't spoil it for me. Now I don't have to watch it.
You might go watch it. You do have to watch it. You should still watch it. But she was having an affair with this spy, and he's the guy who's the lead from Poldark. I didn't even make the connection. Our fans are the best. Our cousins are
smart.
the best.
So smart.
I didn't make that connection. But so The Diplomat ended with another cliffhanger, which
Don't say what it is.
How long
I
did it
watched
take you?
it.
Are you going to watch it?
I'm going to see. I started watching it. Now I had to start over because I couldn't remember anything. So I'm back on season 1. So don't tell me anymore. You've already said too much.
Are you one of those people that if somebody tells you something that happens, it ruins it for you?
Yes.
You are?
Mm-hmm. I like to be surprised.
Let me tell you, I'm the person that will turn to the last chapter of a book.
And we want to see it.
And then go back. If it's a TV show that's a series and I'm getting too anxious about it, or if it drags a little bit, I will go for, like with Poldark, I fast forwarded to see, are they going to stay together? Is this going to happen?
Don't do that. You ruining the whole thing for yourself. Somebody tried to do that for me with The Sixth Sense. They started to the sentence of saying what it was. I was like, and I had to stop mid, and I had to literally not look at anything about The Sixth Sense because I was like, I want to know what it is. And thank God, because that was quite an ending, quite a surprise. And I'm glad I didn't know. But then I watched the second time I ever watched it. Now I was looking for the clues to see how did I not guess. But yeah, I don't want to know. I need it to be a mystery.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the length of time that people who can talk about something, not just for you, but in the, out in public, before it's no longer, like, there has to be a time limit on spoilers.
I don't see. I still don't tell people the ending to The Wire. And The Wire, I will not tell. You could not get it out of me. I will not. I won't tell the ending to Game of Thrones. I'm not telling the ending to Law. I still, to this day, will not give the ending, because in case you want to watch it, I don't want to mess it up for you. So I feel like there's no limit. You never can tell.
See, I'm opposite of that. Not only because spoilers don't bother me, but also because I feel like when something is out there like Game of Thrones, you need to go ahead and see it. There are too many things going on and people are having discussions about it. Like, there's a comedian, Nate Bargatze, I can't remember his last name. I love him. He does this clean comedian. And he was talking about The Sixth Sense in his stand-up comedy. And this was like maybe from 2022, maybe 2023. And he was talking about, the ending. It was, and he was like, I don't mean to spoil it for you, and people were like, in the audience, he was like, seriously? After all this time?
After all this time. If you haven't seen, no, look, I watched The Wire probably 8 years after The Wire was on. Like, I never saw it at the time. Like, I still have never watched what is the one about the mafia guy who goes to therapy? I've never seen that show.
The Sopranos?
And people done told me the ending, and I'm like, it has demotivated me to watch it because I know how it ends. So now that I know how it ends, I don't want to watch it.
Really?
No, because I'm like, somebody had to go and tell me the ending, and so why am I going to put in the effort of watching multiple seasons when I know how the shit ends? I'm like, I need the mystery.
But with the circles that you are in, right? These intellectual circles where you all connect dots to this and that. You could be in a situation where somebody's dissecting something and they bring in a reference from like the season finale from The Sopranos. Because
I know,
these comments, like, I don't know how you avoid it with the crowd.
I think that's how it happened. I think I was having some kind of discussion and it came up in that kind of way. And I was like, damn.
See?
And now I don't want to watch it.
But you know how you could fix this though.
How? Watch things on time.
When I tell you to watch things, freaking watch.
Because you told me to go back and watch The Good Fight years later, and I'm telling you, I was bowled over, and it did not. You hadn't spoiled any of it though. I didn't know it was going to happen.
But how many years?
Years.
How many years prior did I say to you? I mean, we even had people on read this, read that.
We did. We had Nambi on. And I had to, if y'all go back and look and pull that old episode, I had no idea what they were talking about because I had never watched it. And this was years ago. And I had watched, and that didn't make me watch it. I was like, and I never. But then when I found, this thing probably came out in 2019. I just watched it last year.
Girl, and I told you to watch it.
You did at the time, and we were having cast members on, fam, and I was still not watching it because back then all I watched was the news. I really didn't watch.
No, you watched
Game of Thrones
and The Walking Dead,
and also Fear the Walking Dead. I was watching all my Walking Dead series, Fear the Walking Dead. I was watching those things, but I go back and I'll catch things later. When I finally watched what's the one that ends with Ozymandias, the thing with the math teacher who decided, Breaking Bad. Years later, but nobody had spoiled it for me, so I was able to enjoy it. I watched Lost in real time. I was racing home. I remember I would get so mad if my mom if we were late to get back, because if you missed the first 30, it used to start 30 seconds before the hour. And if you missed that 30 seconds, you were lost for the whole hour. And so I would be like, Mom, we have to get home.
Girl, Lost is not that old.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Lost came out in the 80s.
No, it didn't.
Was it the 80s?
You talking about Lost in Space?
No, was it? What was the show that I used to be in the 80s? When did Lost come out?
You're not talking about Lost. Lost was hold on, because the guy from Party of Five was one of them. Girl, 2004.
Oh, so then who was I trying to? I used to get mad at somebody for getting me home late, because my mother was long gone by then.
Yes, that's
I used to race home to see Lost.
Are you talking about Dallas or
Lost? If you missed the first 30 seconds of Lost,
but Lost came out in the 2000s.
It did. So I got them. It is. I don't know what show it was then. It was some show I used to race home to watch.
I love that I told you it was 2004 and you still Googled it.
I still did. I trust Wikipedia. If Wikipedia don't say it, it ain't true.
Oh my God.
Show that I used to watch, because I know there was a show that I used to watch in the 80s that was like that. What show was it? But I used to race home to see it. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Menopause.
Yeah. Well, listen, you were a child. Oh, well, you're saying you're forgetting now, but that's so true. Yeah. Okay. So that's part of my wind down. I also watched Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. So I'm up to the third movie. It
never seen any of those.
I'm hooked. Oh. Like I am so hooked. And now I'm pacing myself for once. The other thing I wanted to talk about is for the first, I moved it from the first 3 days, but early in every month, I do what's called the 3-day wellness reset. And so I did 2 great interviews thus far for the month of November. The first one was about the intersection of faith and wellness. I had this amazing reverend on who's really into wellness and self-care and all these things. It was incredible. And I did the second one today, which was like GPL-1 101.
Right.
This doctor who has been working with GPL-1s since 2005. Oh. So for 20 years, we did like all the things. How do you get your nutrition when you're on it? Do you have to stay on it for the rest of your life? Finding the right doctor to partner with, all the things. So if you go to my Instagram, you can check out that interview. It was really, really good. I have to say.
How fun.
Myself. Yeah, we're supposed to be 30 minutes, but we went a whole hour.
Okay.
I learned so much because so many people that I know are doing it and I have so many questions. But he feels it's for everybody. Like whatever your reasons are, even if you are just like, I want to lose 10 pounds. Yeah. It's like everybody should have access to it.
I agree with that. And my doctor agrees with that too, because, and she was always thinking that the only reason they restrict it is because the availability of it and the cost of it. So insurance companies don't want to cover it because it's an expensive drug and they don't want mass use of it because, and then they created that other version of it that is not like Mounjaro. And then it's a different, but it's the same drug. So they found a way to mass produce it cheaper, and then insurance companies haven't wanted to cover it. That's the only reason it's not for everyone. It's the miracle drug people have been waiting for weight loss.
That's what he called it. He called it a miracle drug. They approved it now for extreme diabetes, and heart disease now falls under that. So if you have heart disease, you can also get insurance coverage. But for everybody else, it's so expensive.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be, because they are making so much money off of this that it should not be.
Yeah, if you buy the Zepbound version, Zepbound is basically the same thing. It's like a pure version of Mounjaro, and it does the same thing, and it is the same thing, but it is so expensive that most people can't afford it. So
yeah. And we talked about side effects that come with all of them, but how you can work with your general practitioner on dosage to help avoid and minimize side effects. He said because for some of his patients, they had such extreme side effects that he was like, this is not the drug for you.
Right.
You can't do it.
We got
into all of it, girl. It was so fascinating to me because, Serena Williams has come out, sponsoring one of these, or being the spokesperson, I should say, for one. I can't remember which one. And so she got a lot of criticism because people feel like, well, why don't you just work out or eat? But for a lot of people, obesity is a disease. And there's so many complications that come with that. Okay, I could go on and on.
And what are you drinking? You forgot to tell us what you were drinking.
Oh gosh, girl, Cycling Frog again with a little bit of palm juice, a little bit of my vegan bitters, orange, and Pellegrino, sparkling Pellegrino. It's like a little mocktail. What are you drinking? And what's your one?
I too am drinking Pellegrino, blood orange Pellegrino. Cheers. Just as Pellegrino by itself. And I remember, Clink, who it was that I used to harass about driving me home to see Lost. Jason. I confuse him with my mom sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Make it make sense. Now I'm realizing, I'm remembering it now because it came out around the time when we were down to one car. Because and so if we got home, y'all, I don't know if you remember, if you got home, literally, it would come on 30 seconds before the top of the hour. So we used to have to do everything. The kid picking up, and we used to use one car. So we used to pick him up from work and then go home. So we had one car. And so if we made it, if we even got there at the top of the hour, I was so pissed off.
Girl, those were during my BET days. I was never home. I didn't watch no TV. I was in the streets. That's when I just moved to New York. Speaking of which, I got one more thing to say. It's not a wind down, but it's just an announcement. Speaking of BET, you'll love this. Ed Gordon and I are coming together to partner for something with State of the People.
Okay.
Yep. I'll have more details of that, but we're coming together to do something in December.
So you're going to do it. Okay.
Yes. I knew you knew exactly what I was talking about.
I know exactly.
We, Angela has been coordinating with us. And so we picked a date.
How exciting.
In December. So we'll be reunited and
it feels so good. Oh, that's going to be exciting. I cannot wait to see you guys back together. I love it.
I know. It'll be interesting.
People will love that. It's a good look for State of the People also, because that's what they need. That's like star power. I think it's great.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So we'll see what happens.
Excellent. Well, my wind down is something you know about. This week, our soror, my line sister in Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Abby Phillip, has a new book out. It's about Jesse Jackson. So this was the week when, her book rollout, I think it was Tuesday, the book actually came out. I don't have a copy of it sitting here. And it's actually a really great book. And so I wanted to be supportive. And so I was part of her book rollout. She did a little event in DC. And then she came by the house and we did a full interview. We did a full show with her. And so, I had to ask her about that show, y'all. So this will be coming out very soon.
What's she saying?
So I asked her, Scott Jennings, is he just, are people on the show just doing it to perform? And she agreed that some people do come on the show just to perform. But she was very defensive of what the show is. And I told her, she acknowledges there's a lot of criticism of what's happening, but she very full-throatedly defended what the show is. So I will be very interested when y'all get a chance to see the show. It's on the Joy Reid Show. It's a full Abby episode, and we got into it. We also obviously talked about her book, which is about Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
It was very interesting.
I cannot wait to see this episode because I love her, but I hate that she's doing this show. I just don't like it. I don't like it for her. I don't like it for the world. I just have such a problem with it because of what it is, you know what I mean? And what it platforms of people on the extreme right and the lies. I mean, it's hard to referee something like that. You know what I
It is.
mean? And I acknowledge that, but I just don't like it. But I'm happy she has a book, and I can't wait to see you all's sit down.
It's called A Dream Deferred. You can actually buy it at the Joy Reid Show store if you want to get a
Oh, I
copy.
love that you have books on
Yes.
your in your store.
Yeah, that is the other sort of thing that we've added. So our shop is finally up. And what we usually do is whenever we have an author on, we make sure that the book is in the store so that if people are interested in buying the book, they can go right there. And basically, we're like a Black-owned bookstore now,
I love
basically.
that.
Yeah. And so
So
you
got
can,
merch. What merch do you have?
so we have let me show you. Hold on. Hold please. I'll show you a couple of things.
She said, "Oh, please."
Today, we have so one of my favorite things is this backpack. It says, "Don't blame me for the prosecutor." I literally carry this backpack everywhere I go. It's so convenient because you can put your laptop in it. It's big. You can see
Oh, I
mine is
love
very used.
that.
So we've got a backpack. We've got sneakers. We've got
Oh, let me see the
slides.
sneakers.
We've got slides.
Oh,
I
I
ordered
love
my
the
sneakers made in Japan.
slides.
Yeah, the slides are super cute. And what's great about them is this comes off so you can wash it. So you can make sure you keep your slides nice and fresh.
That's so you.
And of course, we have socks. You got to have the Joy Reid Show socks. And then these you'll love because the daughter designed these socks. They,
Oh,
and,
let me
of
see.
course,
Hold it still. I can't see.
she made a cartoon version of me.
Oh,
And so the cartoon of me is on the socks.
oh, she is so talented.
Yeah. So she
I
made
love
that.
that.
And if you go on the show, it's shop.joyandreid.com. And if you go on the shop, you'll see that like a lot of her character, her little me cartoon person is on a lot of the products.
I love that.
Yeah. It's fun.
I need
So it's
to
fun.
animate. I need an animation of you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I would love to have the animation of me like actually do things and go to
Yes.
meetings for me and just show up at meetings. And I don't have to go. And the cartoon can just do it. Let the cartoon do it.
Well, I will happily tag in whenever you need somebody to go to a meeting. Hell no, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Let the cartoon do it.
Yes. I'm not available, but Cartoon Joyanne.
Cartoon Joy is. She'll be right there. Yeah. Don't call me though.
Oh my God, I love that. Okay. So let's get to some issues you need to know. Girl, there's so much happening in real time. We were adding things today, but first and foremost, we want to talk about this, and we have a great guest coming up to get more in depth about it. But the hurricane and tropical storm, yes, Melissa, that hit Jamaica and Cuba and parts of Haiti. So 6 million people have been impacted by Hurricane Melissa. It was a heavy blow to Jamaica's farmers and fishers. AP is reporting at the time of us recording this show, 28 deaths in Jamaica, still waiting for damage and death assessments from Cuba and Haiti. But what a horrific storm that hit that area. And I have to say, I'm a little put out by people that were tourists that were there making video, all this stuff, complaining about this. We're not going to, I mean, for God's sake, I'm just, listen, I wasn't there. I don't know all what happened, but I feel like making videos about it. Like, why do it? This country has been devastated. Why are you doing that? I have such an issue with that.
Well, and also the other piece is that Jamaica is such a bifurcated country because the tourists, they've taken up all the good land. And the foreign owners, they call them the foreign, that own all the land, which is a lot of Americans, Canadians, Brits, white people who own all of the beautiful resorts. They've locked off the beaches, which are not available to most Jamaicans. They can't go on their own beaches. And the native Jamaican people are left to the lowest land, the most flood prone land, the least, the land where the trees have been devastated. They're not living in the safest parts where all the resorts are. So you're all at the resorts. Those places are protected from floods. They're federally, and they're insured. They're going to be fine. So if you were a tourist in Jamaica, you just know that you're on the best land, and the actual native Jamaicans live on the low-lying parts that flood. My godmother who's in Bull Bay, she had to go and stay with friends to make sure that she would be safe, because
Mhm.
all of the areas where real Jamaicans live are flood prone. And they're much more, they get more damaged in hurricanes. So people, tourists in general in the Caribbean irritate me because they don't even interact with the normal people other than people serving them. And they start
Yeah.
to think of all of the people on these islands as basically servants, and they don't see them as people, and they don't treat them with respect. And I don't like it.
I don't like it either. And a lot of people working at a lot of the hotels and resorts in Jamaica who stayed to make sure that those tourists were safe did so in spite of their own families, like
Right.
taking care of, like staying there and having no idea if members of their families even survived the
That's right.
storms.
Yeah.
It's
Show
just a
some
horrible
respect.
situation. Yeah, absolutely. We have Sheryl Lee Ralph coming up to join us in just a bit later in the show. Who has been making videos and pleas to people to help and support the folks of Jamaica. Of course, she has family ties there and is very connected to that. So we're going to talk to her about that today.
Yep.
As of this recording, I have to keep saying that because this is an ever-changing story. Donald
Yes.
Trump refusing to comply with a court order.
2 court orders.
2 court orders demanding that he use emergency funds to pay out SNAP benefits during this government shutdown. Now, the administration told one federal judge it would pay about half of the cost of the food stamp program in November. And look, we're talking about 42 million Americans who receive SNAP benefits to cover food costs. Girl, this is so problematic.
It's terrible. And the reality is, we live in a country where 1 in 8 Americans is receiving food stamps. 42 million Americans in a nation of 350 million people. It should be an embarrassment and a humiliation that in this wealthy country, so many people need government assistance to eat. And people act like people who are on food stamps, which is now called SNAP, are eating T-bone steaks and living large. Nope. The average amount is $6 per person per month. Not $6 per day, per month, per person in a
Yeah.
family of, and this is very little money. And so the idea that people are, or $6 per week, I should say, sorry, not per month. But people are getting like $240 worth of SNAP. You can't even buy steak with it. You have to buy foodstuffs with it. You have to buy only certain foods. So your SNAP card won't work on certain things. So
Right.
if you try to buy liquor with it, you can't even buy that.
It's
Like,
closely monitored, and people
very.
don't realize that. They feel like you can put that money toward lashes and
No,
hair, and
no.
you're not getting cash, you're getting a card.
Weaves. They're lying, saying people are buying weaves with their SNAP. That is, you can't. It literally is an EBT card that when you try to swipe it, certain things that you scan in the scanner won't work. And the reason I know about that is because when Hurricane Wilma hit Florida, the FEMA distributed the exact same kind of cards to those of us who had hurricane claims. So we got to see what those SNAP cards actually work like, because they came from the same, because they already have the EBT system. So the easiest way for FEMA to give out aid was the same way. If you took that FEMA card into the store, you could not buy alcohol with it. It just won't scan. You try to scan it and it won't work. It only works with food. So people are literally, and here's the other piece. There are stores, especially stores in small communities, that heavily rely on SNAP to stay open, because a lot of their money comes from people using those SNAP cards in their store. So
Yeah.
stores are hurting now because of the SNAP benefits running out. There are a lot of stores that won't make it. Little bodega stores, little mom and pops, they
Yeah.
need that FEMA money, that SNAP money.
And I just want to add that alarming number, it may shock people to know, of people who are SNAP recipients actually have jobs.
Yes.
But because minimum wage is so ridiculously low in this country, they can't afford to make ends meet. So they do qualify because their household income is so low, even with jobs, to get
Yes.
benefits. And let me just say, because there are all these viral videos, Black people running out there and buying up things, that white people overwhelmingly are the majority of people on SNAP benefits. It mostly goes to households with children,
Yes.
right? Elderly and people with
Yes.
disability. But the race of people overwhelmingly is the mixed race of white people. I say mixed race because they just come from Caucasian.
Exactly. And let me correct my previous statement. It is per day. So I'm just looking right now, the average for Alabama, for instance. If you live in Alabama, you get, for each household, you get $192 a month. That is, think about how little money that is. Okay. You get $192 a month. That nets out to $6.31 per day per household member. So it's like so you get $6 a day per household member to eat. That's your whole meals. All your meals, $6 a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Well, it's unfortunate.
That's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money at all. Let's talk about the CBS, right? Let's talk. I don't know where to start, but let's try. Let's talk about that CBS is under fire for its recent one-on-one with Donald Trump. Nora O'Donnell just did a sit down with him. First they aired an edited version, which is ironic since the company paid Trump millions after he sued them for edits made to a Kamala Harris interview right before the election that they did last year. Now, CBS did eventually air the entire interview, I think, on their website. But also, journalist Nora O'Donnell is being criticized for not fact-checking Donald Trump during the interview and just letting him tell lie after lie after lie. On top of that, I just want to say that CBS is doing massive layoffs. They picked a conservative woman to run
Barry
CBS
Weiss
now, and they got
an unqualified conservative woman,
not even qualified for the job. She
never run a newsroom.
Never run a newsroom. It's not even debatable. She's not qualified for this job, but slashing things. I have friends at CBS. They are terrified. Most of the people I'm hearing, I don't have the numbers in front of me, who have been fired, laid off, however you want to call it, let go, are people of color.
Black.
Black people are gone. And this is, that interview, on top of that, there were some reports that Gayle King was going to be let go and her contract is up next year.
She's disputing that.
On and disputed that. So, but that was from Variety, who to me is a trusted source. And so but she's a more trusted source. So,
well, she's a more trusted source, but the whole thing is the fact that, yes, that went all the way to Variety tells me that people were talking about Gayle internally in a way that got to Variety, because Variety doesn't just, they're not TMZ, no offense to TMZ, but they don't just print like rumors, they somebody was hearing something. But the reality is the CBS pays a bribe to Donald Trump, pays him $16 million for supposedly deceptively editing Kamala Harris's video. And then they put Nora O'Donnell in front of him for 73 minutes, cut it down to a 28-minute interview, which they stitched together with voiceovers that are stitching the video together to make him sound sane. They cut out, they stitch it together with voiceovers. The fact checks are in the voiceovers. So she didn't fact check him to his face. If there was a fact check, it's in the voiceover. She let him call Zohran Mamdani a communist twice to her face and didn't say anything. It's actually slander. It's defamation. He's already said he's a democratic socialist, but you're calling him a communist with no backup. Trump, I would say, well, what is a communist? Where's your backup? How do you know he's a communist? What's a communist? Define communist. And he's not a communist, by the way. But the other piece of it is she let him lie to her face multiple times. She asked inane questions like, who's harder to deal with, Putin or Xi Jinping? Who fucking cares? She wasted minute after minute of the interview, allowing Trump to roll over her and lie to her, never interrupting him. Then the part where she finally challenges him is at the end of the interview when she says, "Can I have 2 more questions?" Daily Beast reports this, and they put the transcript out that backs them up. He says, "I don't know. Well, okay. Well, if you treat it, maybe I'll be treated better if I let you ask 2 more questions." Is basically what he says. So she asks him about the corruption. This is at the end of a 73-minute interview. She finally asks him about the corruption of him pardoning this guy who's in business, the crypto business, with his sons. And she's like, how do you deal with the appearance of corruption? He says to her, I don't know who that is. She does not come back with, you're the one who said that Biden's pardons are illegitimate because of an auto pen. Did you use an auto pen? How do you not know who that is? Doesn't ask him that. He then gets angry because she then does a follow-up. Not the follow-up she should have done, which is, how do you not know who that is? Did you use an auto pen? You've accused Biden of using an auto pen. Do you not know who it is? She follows up with a gentle follow-up. He damn near walks out of the interview. That doesn't make the interview. That doesn't even make the 73-minute full video that they post. They basically hide the fact that he had a meltdown, but they messed up because the meltdown was in the transcript. So people compared the transcript to the video. They covered up his meltdown over corruption.
I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but when I'm, studying journalism and, going into this profession, CBS News,
the pinnacle,
was the pinnacle.
The pinnacle.
Edward R. Murrow, Walter Cronkite, Dan Rather, I mean,
that's all we watched growing up. CBS.
It was like no comparison with the other. Like CBS was it.
It's called the Tiffany Network. That's the nickname of the CFC is the Tiffany Network.
They should not call it that anymore.
No more.
No more. It is no more.
No mas.
What it used to be. It's
done.
It's
done. It's done.
It's done. And listen, I'm sure Nora O'Donnell got to where she is because she is a solid journalist, but on
she was
interview. I don't know who that was not solid journalism.
No.
You know what's going to be interesting to see how the National Association of Black Journalists deals with all of this moving forward, because their money, or at least their convention, I don't know for other things, is heavily supported by these news media,
by the networks,
organizations that are now compromised and laying off Black people left and right. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see, because it's going to make for some interesting bedfellows if they do continue to take this money and let these networks, and I mean, the Times is there. Everybody's there, at NABJ, and I'm sure they get money. I mean, I haven't seen who gets what, but they're there in presence, hosting things. And in order to host something at NABJ, you have to pay.
But will they? So see, this is my question. Will they still be there? Because remember, the Washington Post fired Karen Attiah, who was their only remaining Black columnist. It will be interesting to me to see if any of these media companies even participate in something called National Association of Black Journalists. Because to me, this is another red flag, not just for Brendan Carr, but for the Department of Justice, which is on the lookout for anything they think looks like DEI. So next year, which is going to be the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, Trump is going to be extra scrutinizing everything and everyone. They're going after nonprofits who they feel give too much money to Black people, anything with Black in the name. I've, spoken in front of organizations that have the word Black in the name that are thinking about whether to rebrand so they don't get targeted by Pamela Joe. They are talking about targeting companies that specifically cater to assisting and lifting up Black folks or brown folks, but mainly Black. And so here's the question: do any of these companies still even play ball? Because they don't give it. They're out of the DEI business. Do they even want to participate in anything that's called the National Association of Black Journalists?
I don't know, but the National Association of Black Journalists better get a backup plan, because A, if they don't participate, that's a problem.
It's a problem.
But B, if they do, that's a problem.
Right. What are the criteria?
Right. Welcome to America. How do you partner up with CBS News, with this woman at the helm of the news department? How do you even do that?
And will she even allow her people who work at CBS? Remember, she made her how Barry Weiss is famous is that she was working at the New York Times, went on a tizzy against wokeness and DEI. She is extremely anti-diversity, equity, and inclusion, and she went and huffed out of there because people at New York Times couldn't stand her, and she called that discrimination against her, trying to say it was like anti-Semitism or something, why they don't like her. She's a way out there Zionist, like far, far, far right, like Bill Ackman style Zionist. She marches, forms a Substack. The right loves it because here's this woman who's a lesbian. She's raising her daughter. She's got the credentials. She's a woman. So she has like the building blocks from a distance of being a minority. but she's anti-minority. She's one of those, she's like a Candace Owens, the lesbian version of Candace Owens. So she's anti anything diverse, even though she herself is diverse. So she becomes this cause celeb among the right. That is how her Substack gets millions of followers that are all right wingers. Her fan base are the right, and she wants to de-wokeify the media and get it in touch with its punk rock energy. She's like 36. What do you know about punk rock? Punk rock is like your grandmother's era, you know anything about that. But she now is in charge of CBS because the anti-woke father and son, the Ellisons, want to take CBS and turn it essentially into Fox News. And now that they have,
interesting to see what happens with with Gayle King.
But I mean, she's gonna want to go to any NABJ. Will she even allow black, if there are any blacks left? Will they?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I can't read the way these people think. They. Right. I don't know. I mean,
my guess is
a lot of times there are contracts that exist, like with Target and Essence. There are contracts that exist, for multiple years. So I don't know. But if they do go, it'll be it's sad. Because I remember going to NABJ, working in local news and being excited to go to the network tables to have them look at my work and give me feedback with hopes of working there one day. The job fair at CBS, at NABJ was such a big thing.
Yeah.
My friends and I'm sure you did the same. We used to pile into hotel rooms together, and we try to say, okay, because you have to wear business attire when you're going to the job. And we have, I can wear this outfit. This looks like a suit. I can wear this, because we have no money. We be all rooms together trying to sneak into different things because you have to register to get in. And one person would register. I'm sorry that we did that, but we didn't have no money.
Right.
Got so many fond memories of NABJ because of the news organizations being there, to be able to go and sit and talk to people from the New York Times. And now the news media is a shell of itself. It's not what it used to be. And for kids that are studying this and planning to go into this as a profession, I mean, for us, when we were young, being a student and going to NABJ and things like was amazing. And now I don't know what these kids have to look forward to other than being independent journalists. You know what I mean?
It's a hostile environment for anyone who is of color, and especially DEI is a deeply anti-Black movement. The anti-DEI movement is very anti-Black because in the minds of racist white people, DEI just means Black. They don't even recognize it means white women, disabled people, military veterans, Asian Americans, Latinos. It means everybody who isn't a straight Christian white wealthy man, but they don't see it that way. When they say DEI, believe me, in their mind, they're saying Black, and maybe not even Black, maybe even the N word with the hard R.
Probably so. Well, let's move on to hot topics. So Teen Vogue, I just want to get this in here because I just saw this today. And let me pull this up because, our girl, Elaine Welteroth, is not happy about this. And she actually posted something about it. But so the News Guild of New York and Condé Union are strongly condemning layoffs impacting Teen Vogue employees, many who are BIPOC folks. So the layoffs come as Condé Nast plan. I wrote that crazy. I'm sorry. The layoffs come as Condé Nast plans to fold Teen Vogue into Vogue.com. So they're going to make it one. So all the articles and things that were in Teen Vogue are just folded in and lost in there. So Elaine wrote Teen Vogue with a heart. She had a broken heart because, she used to be the editor-in-chief there. And she just took it to a whole other level when she was the editor-in-chief. Teen Vogue was a once-in-a-generation experiment in what happens when you hand the mic to young people from diverse backgrounds and take their voices seriously. That era set a new standard in media and showed the power of trusting young people with real news and real stories. She said, losing Teen Vogue's newsroom is more than a business decision. It's a cultural loss at a time when we need reliable journalism more than ever. She goes on and writes more, and you can read that on her Instagram page. But it's just heartbreaking that this is happening now at a time, as we were just talking about CBS News, when we need real journalists out there. But that's why I'm happy that you're doing what you're doing with the Joy Reid Show. Don's doing what he's doing. Jim Acosta's doing. Katie Fang. Like, everybody is out there doing their own thing, staying true to journalism and being truth tellers.
I'll throw one more in. Vibe and Rolling Stone are merging, and most of the people who are losing their jobs in that are Black as well. So Vibe was its really great voice for Black folks that are media and music writers. And it presented a place for people who couldn't get hired at Rolling Stone. So there goes that. It's so sad. It's just, we're in this huge redemption movement, which is, sort of like, and I talk a lot about the Obama years as being Reconstruction 2.0, and this is Redemption 2.0. They want to erase the existence of anything we ever created, anything we ever did. Even with the Grammys, Beyonce finally wins that country music album of the year. They've eliminated the category. Anything we accomplish, racists want it to be erased. They just want it gone. They want it gone.
They want it gone. They want to diminish our culture, and they want to take away our ability to succeed financially, or when it comes to going to school. Getting an education. They cut us out. They're really trying to eliminate the Black middle class.
Very much so. I mean, yes.
Which because is the Black community.
Yeah. Because if you do that, and I mean, people need to see what they're seeing. The head of the Department of Agriculture said there are 35 million Americans who are on Medicaid who could easily replace the farm workers we're deporting. She said that. So their vision for us is the vision of us in the 19th century and the 18th century. And they know if they try, and they think if they make us hungry enough and desperate enough that they can deport millions of brown farm laborers and put us back in the fields. And that's the vision they have for us. They think we should just be athletes or field workers.
Yeah. They're even calling farmers, what was Trump saying? Farmers could be owners. Could be owners of the people that work there.
Correct.
That's their interesting. Yeah. So sorry to hear that about Teen Vogue. Okay. So influencer Kayla Nicole. Now this has the internet buzzing, girl. I know you're gonna perk up on this. Influencer Kayla Nicole's Halloween video has gone viral to the tune of like 2 million and more. This is her, and if it looks familiar what she's doing, she did her rendition of Toni Braxton's "He Wasn't Man Enough for Me." She looks amazing. She's
amazing.
And I say cute girl because she's so much younger. But so let me give you some background just in case you're looking and saying, if you're one of the few people living under a rock and you don't know who she is, she's the ex of singer Taylor Swift's fiance, NFL star Travis Kelce. And I said it that way to put it all in perspective. Kayla and Travis dated for about 5 years. They broke up and he started dating Taylor. Well, Kayla, even Toni Braxton gave her praise. A lot of women are giving her praise, and that's why it went viral. I'm curious as to why it went viral. What do you think, Joyanne?
I mean, it went viral.
People loving this song. I mean, she looks amazing. You know what I mean? And the production quality, I mean, that's just her body. They do that a lot, but she did that doggone thing. She found the dress. I mean, it got a lot of attention. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
I think the reason it went viral is because Taylor Swift has a new fan out, and sorry to all the Swifties out there. I know if you diehard Swifties, so with apologies to my Swiftie friends. The Taylor's new album, which is called, I think, Diary of a Showgirl, has at least one song on it that people are interpreting as a diss track against Kayla. And there is a sense that she is channeling what some are calling an insecurity about the fact that her man used to date this gorgeous Black woman. And there's a song on this album that appears to be directed at Kayla. Their names are so similar. I have to be careful what I'm saying. So whenever Kayla posts on her Instagram, she gets flooded with hate from Swifties or from people who are saying they're Swifties. So she'll just post a benign post on her IG and just get flooded with haters who are some from whatever. She's the ex. They don't date no more. But they're basically casting her as this villain who is a threat to their beloved Taylor because she's still out there, she's beautiful, she's single, and she's still doing her thing. And so people are treating her like she's some sort of villain that could somehow, I guess, disrupt the union of Taylor Swift and that man, even though she ain't done nothing to them. So that is why it went viral, because she was basically making a statement in the video that people are interpreting as slapping out at her ex-boyfriend. And so any drama that brings that throws three people back into connection becomes viral. And what I'm happy for her about is, to me, if you're going to take abuse from these Swifties, girl, take advantage of it. Get you 2 million hits. Do whatever she's trolling. And I think it's a brilliant troll. Well done, well executed. She's trolling back the people who troll her.
Well, I think the production quality of what she did and the execution is 10, 10, 10s across the board.
10s, yeah.
I mean, she's gorgeous. The production quality of what she did was amazing. But you know, she's done something like this before with Tiana Taylor some years ago. You know, she used to date what's his name? Iman Shumpert.
Oh, Imani Shumpert.
Yes,
Shumpert.
yeah, she used to date him.
Oh.
And she said on a podcast that she was dating someone, and she was asked, what's the weirdest or craziest thing you've ever done as an ex? And she was like, you know what? One Halloween, I dressed up like the spouse of this guy. And she said, and she used to be famous. The woman used to be famous. So she's like, I don't know if people are going to know who I'm talking about, but he dumped me in a text and started dating her. And people are saying the way that people found out that those two were together, Tiana and Imani, is that they started showing up at events, much like she's doing now with Aaron Pierre. They started showing up at events, and then they were married. And so Kayla admits that she was hurt. And so she dressed up like Tiana for Halloween. And she said Imani called her, yelling at her and all that kind of stuff. But no, I shouldn't say he yelled at her, but he wasn't happy that she did that. He was like, what's wrong with you? And Tiana put out a post because she said she felt like she was trying to throw her shade. She felt she was disrespecting her, trying to say, you know, why would you do something like that to a fellow Black woman? You know, but I would like Kayla, even though I love what she did. I'm glad she got all these hits. I just want her to move on from all of this. You know what I mean? And people do troll her in the comments. She gets a lot of hate,
like crazy
stuff. And so I get kind of, you know, just be like, I don't care, you know, I'm fine, you know, kind of thing. But I just want her to do that without having to kind of bring Travis and Taylor into it. It's just pitting, to me, two women after each other over a man that, listen, I know it's not a popular opinion, but it's my opinion. So, you know me, I'm going to say what I think. And I get it. People may not agree with me, but it's like, this is over two women and a man. And anytime is that, I just have a problem with that. It's giving congratulations. I thought it would have been me, you know, the song, or it's like, girl, just
no, it's not. Wait a minute. The song that she's using. Yeah, no, I know. But the song she's using is "He Wasn't Man Enough for Me." That don't sound like it could.
If you still singing about somebody years after y'all have broken up, he's got a whole new wife, and you're still singing about him.
But I think what she's giving is she's trolling the people who troll her. She didn't sing about Taylor. She's she is sort of a song. The song is kind of slapping at the other woman. That right, you got my seconds. Is basically, and if the Swifties are gonna troll her, she gets to troll them back. I'm like this. She's giving as good as she gets.
So we promised earlier that we had a very special guest joining us. She almost needs no introduction. I mean, she really doesn't. I mean, Sheryl Lee Ralph is a household name, actress, singer, and I say actor of TV, stage,
Theater.
film, everything. She has done it
Everything.
all. Singer. She's like a quadruple threat, when it comes to things like this. But she is beloved by so many of us, and she does have ties to Jamaica. And so we wanted her to come on and talk about that because she's making videos after the tragedy there. And there she is, our soror.
Yes.
Sheryl Lee Ralph. Hey, lady, thank you for taking
Hi
the time.
there.
Hey,
Wonderful
I'm
to be
sorry.
here with Read This and Read That. Yes.
Yes. How
Mm.
What are
are
you
you and
up
how
to
is your
today on election day?
You know something? I'm in the car with my husband, the good Senator Vincent Hughes, and we have been making the rounds. And I have to tell you, usually on election day, you go in and there might be 5, maybe 10 people in there. But today, it looked like, was it 20, 25 people? It looks like the folks here in Philadelphia are coming out to vote. And
That's
in
good.
this particular state, it's about voting for retention to keep these judges in their seats. Just like in California, they're talking about how many congressional seats you're going to get, and you can't lose them because they'll be replaced by others. The same thing is happening here, but with judges.
Wow.
Retention.
Interesting. Retention.
Hmm.
Well, it's good to see people coming out and getting out to vote. But we really want to zero in on just how your family is doing in Jamaica. We know you have family members there, and you've been really advocating for folks after Hurricane Melissa. Talk about how your family's doing, and what you're hearing back.
I'm very fortunate that most of my family is in Kingston. So we're in the city, the part that did not get hit as badly as the western part of the island. We took a hit with Beryl, which was in 2024 when my son was getting married, and that was horrible. But
Hmm.
now this Category 5 has done its business. And one of the things we're really trying to do is the school that my mother and father helped build, the Chantilly Primary School, lost the whole roof. And
Mm.
now we're trying to figure out, what does the build back look like? So we're asking people to find trusted sources, trusted voices, trusted places to donate. Don't go down to
Mm. She's breaking up a little bit, but she's in a car, so stand by, you guys.
Hmm.
I think she's about to say, "Don't go down to Jamaica," which would make sense.
Hmm. Because you just clog up the airport. And Montego Bay got rocked.
When you're pulling off so many local sources, people need to, hopefully
You're
we can.
taking resources, and this is not the time to go.
This is not the
100%.
time. It is
Mm-mm.
not the time.
Oh, wait,
Hey,
hold on.
okay,
We've
you're
got it.
back. You were
We're
saying
back.
don't go down to Jamaica? Mm-mm.
Oh, Wi-Fi. Why do you torment us so?
Oh, why?
Oh, Wi-Fi.
Curses.
Curses. I'm telling you, the internet's
There she
the
is.
internet.
the internet is brought
Yes.
you back. Say it again. You were saying don't go down to Jamaica. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, don't go down to Jamaica if you don't have a specific reason to be there or a specific skill to help with the rebuild. Now
Mm-hmm.
is not the time to sightsee or take that vacation that you thought you needed to take right now, the week after the hurricane. And we also want people to take time with where it is they put their donations. Go to trusted places, food for the poor. That is something that always needs help. There are a lot of people who a week later have not eaten. No
Wow.
one has come to see about them. That's
Mm.
really happening. I wish there was more help. I wish there was more to do. But, my children are doing their fundraising, Walk Good LA. If you go to their website, you can go to the Diva Foundation website. But we want people to know we're going to need the help for the build back of Jamaica. If you loved reggae music, if you loved Jamaica, if you ever thought about going to Jamaica, I'm saying that you're an honorary Jamaican and we need your help.
Yeah. And it would have been different if we still had USAID, wouldn't it? And now, so we
Oh,
don't even have the federal help we would normally have. You would call on USAID. That's gone.
gone. Gone. Gone. You know, Joy, I just want to just peek back. Remember how you tried to tell people about this Project 2025? You remember
Mm-hmm.
that?
Oh,
You
I
remember
do. I
how
do.
you remember how the people thought that, oh, she's just talking about some hocus pocus. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that'll never happen in
Mm-hmm.
America. How
That's right.
could they do this? I heard you all talking about the SNAP project. Do you realize that when America gets to a point when they don't care whether white people starve in America, we are in a very low place.
Yeah.
Hello.
Very low place.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Somebody
Hello.
was saying on social media that this is not the worst president for Black people. We've been through some things. This is the worst president for white
For
people.
white people. For
This
It
is
white
is,
the worst.
people.
girls, let me tell you, my sisters, my sorors, there are some places where white folks can't even get their children into school because of the cuts on the whole healthcare system. There are some places where white folks are suffering because they can't get healthcare. They are waking up saying, I voted for him because I thought it was about those other people, the immigrant people. I didn't realize it was us.
Yeah.
And they're losing. I
This
mean,
is
there are a record number of farmer suicides right now, record numbers of farm bankruptcies. He gave away the entire soybean market to that he and gave Argentina the
gave
market.
it
So
away.
now gave it away and said, China, go on and buy from Argentina. F the soybean farmers in the United States. They're now screaming for a bailout. So they're now realizing that the president they
And they thought,
trusted, he don't
Yeah.
care.
They don't care. What were we
now
going to
they
say,
see.
Shirley?
You know what? It was also very interesting. I don't know if you heard any of this, but there were so many Hispanic, Latin people thinking that this election had nothing to do with them because they were good people. And certainly he was not thinking that they were not thinking that he would do this to them. And when we said, how are you going to feel when they come and round up your abuelita? They didn't think it was true.
They said,
And now look what's happening.
"Oh,
Folks are just
oh, I will
disappearing.
vote. Oh, oh, I will vote." Remember that? I will vote for Donald Trump. Do 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 do. Oh, oh, okay, okay. They sang it with whole chest,
Child, that I mean, yeah,
whole
I remember
chest.
that song, that whole video and everything. They were so proud. And now the number of videos that you see, not just from that community, but from white people saying how much they regret this vote, that vote for Donald Trump, because now it's impacting them directly. And it was okay if it was going to impact other people, but
Correct.
now that it's impacting them, what are they, now they're hurt and
People,
upset.
and there are people saying we need to come together. Black folks are going,
Mm,
sorry, because we try to take. I mean, and look, we did a special on Project 2025. To Cheryl's point,
yeah.
Billie Eilish promoted it. Like we had like major celebrity
Oh,
push
yeah.
for this special. It was one of our highest rated shows on the readout ever that we did. People were like sending the clips all over YouTube, and it did not make any difference whatsoever. People, Trump just went on in a rally or two and said, "I don't know anything about Project 2025. I have nothing to do with it." And people just decided to believe him instead of believing us that were telling them. We literally had our producers go through all 900 some odd pages. They read every line,
Yeah.
broke it down for us, and we did multiple specials, devoted entire shows to it. I mean,
Yeah.
what the sister from um what do you call it? The actress. She literally told at the BET Awards. The
Oh,
person
Taraji. Taraji.
Taraji literally made it the most Googled term in America when Taraji P. Henson said it at the BET Awards. I think it was at the BET Awards. And suddenly it was the most Googled term in America because of her. Didn't make any difference whatsoever. People just
Because you had
decided.
people, they had select people out there. I mean, I know someone who's the head of a mega church that was out there saying to Black people, It's not a big deal. They're just trying to scare you. He can't do all those things. You know what I mean? So
There's
they have
checks and balances.
there. And look at what's happening as he defies federal judges.
Right.
Federal judges.
Yes. Two of them said, give the money out. And he's like,
he's like, who's going to check me, boo? Who going to make me do it?
And the bottom line is the people who can check him is the Congress. No, it's the Congress. But they won't do it. They're like, well, if he wants to have Doge cut money out or fire people or change the budget, why not? That's your job, Congress. If he wants to change the name of the Department of Defense, he can't do that without Congress. He's done it. Half the media is calling it the Department of War. There's been no change. The Gulf of America, he doesn't have the power to change that. But people, media, journalists are calling it the Gulf of America as if that is real. His delusions are being fostered by the media. You have media bending the knee to him, and Congress. The worst of all is Congress giving its authority away. One of the reasons the government's still shut down is because Democrats in the Senate don't trust their Republican counterparts. If they do cut a deal to reopen the government, that they will enforce it. Because the House and the Senate have basically said Trump gets to spend the money, not us. And the Constitution says y'all are supposed to do the spending, and they're letting him do it. He's getting away with whatever he wants. Whatever he wants.
I can't.
Who gonna check him?
Who gonna check him? Well, clearly our soror, Sheryl Lee Ralph, has some technical difficulties, but she's out doing good work with the good senator, her hubby. I love that she does that. I love that she spends so much time in Philadelphia, despite all she has going on with her career. Being a partner in that relationship and being involved in politics the way she is very important to her. So we thank her for joining us. And I'm sure we'll have her back when she's not driving around in a car and has better.
Absolutely. We appreciate her. And also we love her on Abbott Elementary.
All the things. Well, that does it for this episode of Read This, Read That, you guys.
Yes.
It's always fun to be with you all.
We're not in the same city, so we have to anticipate who's jumping in. Yes, and we want to make sure that you guys did that like and subscribe. The algorithm really likes it when you hit like and subscribe and share. The more that you do that, the more that you are supporting our adorable little business here, and you're helping the algorithm help us. So if you want more Read This, Read That, hit like and subscribe. Please do share as well. We want you to join the Cousin Nation. Don't be a lurker. Be a family member. We also want you to support this lady. Which way, Camille? I want you to support this lady here, Jackie Reed. And you can do that by going to vegansexycool.com. That way you can be vegan and sexy and cool all at the same time.
Oh, yes.
And she promises she won't make you see any of those flyaway videos because, but still follow her on social media. But you might see some cat videos, but it's fine. You'll be fine. Follow her on all her social media, which is Jackie Reed, and also the Jackie Reed Experience. You have all these different ways you could support Jackie Reed, as she talked about at the top. Right now, she's got a really, really great interview on her social medias about GLP-1s. I know all y'all interested in it because we all on it at one point or another. We all been taking them. So please support Miss Jackie Reed because she's always going to keep you educated, but also vegan and sexy and cool and .com. JamaicaAlso.com.
And this woman has a master class on how not to be all over the place with where people can find you. All you got to do is go to joyannereed.com and you will be able to link to all the things that she is doing, her Substack, but also for me, more importantly, is her YouTube show, The Joy Reid Show, because we want to get her to 1 million subscribers ASAP. So please, 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 you guys, go tell a friend, subscribe, watch the show, comment, support, because independent news media, is so important right now. And we really have to support it to elevate it because what is left out there in news media in the mainstream world, they are failing us. Yeah. So you're getting truth and the information and the history that you need to know from this woman here. So go to joyannereed.com and follow all the things. All the
things, man. All the things. And prayers up to Jamaica and also all the islands. I think Bahamas might have got hit a little bit too. So please, as Sheryl Lee Ralph did say, find reputable places to give. And hopefully you all voted It's going to be very important. By the time we get back and do the next Read This, Read That, we will know all the election results. So I'm sure you guys have comments about that. So feel free to throw some comments in as well. Let us know that you voted. We want to know that you guys are good civic servants as well.
Yeah, this family votes. This is a family of voters. We vote. So come on.
That's right. The cousins vote. Don't play with us.
Don't play with that. Don't play with that.
Don't play with that.
In
this country,
we're coming to pick you
it's
up.
going down.
Oh. We ain't playing.
That's correct. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next Read This, Read That. Bye.
Bye.